Hello there, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and today's video, I'm going to be doing a book discussion, and this is my first video of the year, and I kind of took a bit of a hiatus, and we're almost done with January, which hard to believe it as of this video, and we're going to be doing a book discussion, and this one is a Star Wars book, and it is Heir to the Jedi by Kevin Hearn, and if you're new here, I won't go heavily into spoilers, it will be non-spoilers to light spoilers, so that's kind of my thing with spoilers here. And I'll give you like a basic rundown of things and just go over certain things from the book and all that kind of stuff, like some highlights and all that kind of thing. Anyway, let's dive in. So, Heir to the Jedi is one of the early new canon Star Wars novels. Like, this was published when the new canon was in its infancy. This book came out in 2015, so a year after the EU was decanonized and rebranded as Legends. And fun fact, that this book was originally supposed to be part of the EU, like before the reset and everything. And it was originally going to be tied with novels with Razor's Edge and Honor Among Thieves, which is the last Star Wars EU book published. So that's kind of a little thing there. And so with Heir to the Jedi, it was pretty much reworked for the new canon. And it's kind of interesting why they chose it for the new canon. So I guess it was the timing, I guess. I mean, who knows? I mean, if you know any details on why it was reworked for the new canon, let me know down below in the comments. So I just kind of want to bring that up. And the timeline for this is between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. The main bit of the story is Luke meets someone named Nakari. They'll go on these adventures, then there's a part that come across these bounty hunters and stuff. Then Leia does some stuff with Akbar, so they're kind of like here and there throughout the book, and Han and Chewie are kind of like absent from here, so they're kind of off doing their thing. So that's kind of that. Then there's some, bits where you kind of get Luke's thought process in here. So, obviously Luke at this point doesn't know, Vader's his father and Leia's a sister because, those revelations come later on in the timeline with, in the next two movies of the original trilogy at this point in time. And we do get, Luke, dealing with the aftermath of losing Obi-Wan and losing his friend Biggs. So we kind of have that sort of thing in here with getting on Luke's perspective on the aftermath of all those events. And one interesting aspect in here is they include the subject of math in here. I mean, math's everywhere, so it's got to exist in the Star Wars universe as well, so it kind of was a very interesting inclusion in here. And with this book, it's a solid, fun adventure story, and I'd say it's definitely, one of those standalone books in the canon timeline that doesn't, impact the canon as much. It's definitely not a new canon novel where it's required reading to understand, let's say, a movie or TV show. You can just read this book on its own accord, so it's not really required reading for any previous Star Wars medium or having to understand a certain aspect of another novel, comic, or as I said earlier, a movie or TV show. That's kind of with that. And if you're kind of looking for just a fun, Luke Skywalker story, definitely, this book is for you. And if you just want kind of just a fun adventure Star Wars story, definitely, the book is for you as well. And that's kind of who I'd recommend it for. And I mean, it could be recommended to anyone, to any Star Wars fan. So that's kind of with that. And I'd say it's a solid 7 out of 10 for some entertainment purposes. And that's kind of pretty much what I'd have to say. But one thing I'd like to add on while reading this, it's definitely, one of those books that you could just read and forget what part of timeline it it's in. Like, you can, like, forget whether it's canon or legends. Like, that's pretty much what this kind of Star Wars book it is. It's pretty much like one of those kind of stories. So that's kind of another thing there. So anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below what were your thoughts on this book. Did you love it, not love it? Were you indifferent? Let me know all that down below. Share this video. Let's get to 800 subscribers. You can follow me on Bluesky, Jedi Master Daniel 96, Instagram, JMD96_YT, Twitter at DanRS87, and Facebook, Jedi Master Daniel 96. Have a great day, everyone, and may the Force be with you. Bye.